Coming up on Look Today. Well, a group advocating change in the city form of government in Saratoga called It's Time Saratoga released a statement in response to a press conference. I've got details. Plus, the 4th annual Robot Rumble-Off Season Robotics competition is taking place in Ballston Spa this weekend. More on that coming up. And we've got updates on the historical Dr. Ferguson House in Glens Falls. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone and happy Friday. I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. On tonight's program, I sit down with Paula Tancredi Penman. She's candidate for town board for the town of Wilton, and she's here to give us an update on her campaign. And I also sit down with Bob Turner and Gordon Boyd. Now they're members of the Saratoga Springs City Charter Review Commission, and they're here to talk to us about the process as we get closer to Election Day. Plus we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, in response to a press conference that took place yesterday, the pro-charter change organization called It's Time Saratoga released a statement. They announced that the national recognized group called International City-County Management Association did in fact provide It's Time Saratoga with funds. Now, these funds were provided through a grant following all of the application guidelines. Now, International City Management Association promotes professional local government. We spoke to Patricia Morrison. She's a member of It's Time Saratoga.
It's my understanding that the folks from Success are concerned that we're getting monies from outside sources, and this is the same process. It's legal, and it is a way for us to get funding, and we followed all the appropriate steps.
In other news, well, the 4th annual, you ready for this title, Robot Rumble-Off Season Robotics Competition is taking place this Saturday, and the event's being held at Ballston Spa High School. Now, the event is free, and it's open to the public. And the school will host robotics teams from New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. And the competition, by the way, takes place from 8:30 to 6. It's open to the public. We spoke to Diane Irwin. She's K-12 Science Coordinator for Ballston Spa School District.
We have judges that circulate among the teams and ask them questions, ask them about the design of their robot, and they really have the opportunity to promote what their team has been doing to win those awards. In addition, the whole concept of FIRST is to work with business and mentors. So every team has partners from business and industry who are giving them that career advice, that knowledge, and those skills as they build their robot.
I've known Diane now for about 3 years with our work with Ballston Spa. This is a fabulous program, really. If you can make it down to Ballston Spa High School, you've got to check this out. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw some rain. We had some overcast skies. It was warm. Let's see how the weekend is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first weekend forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update here on Look TV. Currently, high pressure control on the Gulf Coast states, low pressure making its way through portions of the Ozarks with stationary front boundary across the southern central plain states, cold front boundary making its way through parts of the Mid-South and into parts of New England. So with this cold front boundary now through our area, we should expect drier weather in the forecast, but temperatures are cold. 28 in Burlington, 30 in Albany, but 38 in Boston. We'll see lower 30s across the southern portion of the area, lower 30s as well towards Fort Edward and Greenwich, but only 29 in Whitehall. Glens Falls will be below freezing at 30. 20 is expected towards our north and at higher elevation. Partly cloudy skies with that north breeze at 10 miles per hour. Then we'll see partly sunny skies, highs near 50 degrees. Out the door, partly cloudy with wind chills in the upper 20s with temperatures around the freezing mark through the 8 a.m. hour. Extended forecast, we will continue to see one more day of dry weather through your Saturday. Then we see our next chance of showers and storms. That low pressure and warm front will make its way through our area. Then a cold front will come by the time we get to Monday, bringing an 80% chance of showers on Sunday, 70% chance of showers on Monday. I hope you have indoor plans for those 2 days, but then you might want to think some outdoor plans for Tuesday and Wednesday, but be prepared to dress warmly. Low temps will be in the lower 30s to mid 30s, highs mid to upper 40s for Tuesday and Wednesday with a little bit of cloud cover. We could see more clouds and sun on both of those days. That's a look at the first look weather update here on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Clarence. Well, it looks like Saturday is going to be the day. All right, back to the news. Well, as we all know, Election Day is coming up this Tuesday, and we've all got to be sure that we know what and who we're voting for. And as you know, it's up to us, citizens, to elect our officials and vote on referendums. Case in point, last night, Saratoga Springs Library hosted another Meet the Manager night. Now, this event provided the public with an opportunity to meet a city manager and ask questions. Now, we spoke to Pat Kane. He's vice chair of the Saratoga Charter Review Commission, and we spoke to him about how he feels about Election Day.
I never feel overly optimistic. We always have to wait. You know, we're in a horse racing town. We don't want to get nipped at the wire, but we feel good. We have some wonderful accolades. We've got wonderful endorsements, so we're pretty happy about that, but we treat every day like we're down by 100 votes.
No, Pat wasn't wearing sunglasses. That was just bad lighting. Sorry about that, Pat, although the point he makes is really true. All right, in other news, we've got an update on the restoration of the historical Dr. Ferguson's house in Glens Falls. Now, the building was constructed in 1860, and the city of Glens Falls bought it in 2014. It's fallen into disrepair, where Darren Tracy, an engineer, purchased a building and is now working on restoring it. A temporary roof has been built while the old one is being repaired. Well, we spoke to Darren about the steps in this project.
I want to get that corner taken care of before winter, and then we're also cleaning out the furnishings on the inside. They got wet, just a bunch of debris all over the place.
As opposed to a money pit, that's commonly referred to as a labor of love. Best of work, best of luck, Darren. Up next, I sit down with Paula Tancredi Penman. She's a candidate for town board in the town of Wilton, and she's here to give us an update on her campaign. Plus, I sit down with Bob Turner and Gordon Boyd. Now, they're members of the Saratoga Springs City Charter Review Commission, and they're here to talk to us about the process over these last 18 months as we get closer to Election Day. This is part one of my interview with them. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. It's Friday, so I want to thank everybody here. Ladies first, that's Antoinette and Dana. But of course, there's Andrew and Drew. There's Jack. There's Joel. There's Norm and the Bat. They make everything we do here possible each and every week. A couple of lookouts for the weekend. Larac. It's the Fall Art Show at the Dome. That's right off of exit 18. Head west. You can't miss a Dome, big white bubble, and they work really hard. This is a juried art show, a perfect opportunity to check out not only paintings, but furniture and jewelry and the like, and get an early start on some holiday gifts. And I just want to mention this robotics competition again down at Ballston Spa High School. We've been there. It's not only how amazing these robots are, but the teams and the kids and the cooperation and what they're learning about teamwork and all of this stuff. And the kids, of course, are incredibly impressive with their knowledge of how to make these robots work. So if you got time tomorrow, head down to Ballston Spa High School and take a look at this competition. Tonight on Look TV, we got Beyond the Headlines. We got a new one coming, by the way. And tracks, yes, we're threatening to do more of those as well. And don't forget, you can tune in Monday night for the stories that matter to you. Have a safe weekend, everyone. Good night.